If there's one thing I hate doing, it's scope reviews. Ugh. Okay, we'll throw this one out then. So, Vortex. Seem to be in fashion at the moment. Everyone seems to be raving about them. Yeah, they seem pretty good scopes, you know, reasonably priced, high quality. What can sort of be wrong with that? Nothing, nothing. So on here, on this Ruger American rifle 17 HMR, we've got a Vortex Viper 6-24 times 50, and it is pretty damn good. Worth twice as much as the actual rifle, interestingly. But what a great scope. Very impressed with it. I was shooting this thing out to sort of 200, 250 yards. Very clear, you know, a real clear scope, great glass on it, easy to adjust, very positive, target turrets on it, as you can see. Not really a hunter's scope on this rifle, but very easy to adjust. Like I said, really positive. Illuminated reticle, good zoom on it as well. Reticle focus, when I can say it. But let's take a look at the box. Vortex, it's the PST, the Viper PST. Let's have a look what's in the box. You've got like a sunshade. I'm not going to get that out, the wrapper. And then you've got sort of all your bits and pieces. It comes with like a nice cloth, so you can sort of clean it, and I suppose that double as a sort of a cover for it, I don't know, but that's kind of nice that you get with it. Good quality scope, well, excellent quality scope. And then looking at the manual is pretty damn good, if I say so myself. Well, first of all, you've got sort of their, what would you call it, manual that sort of covers all their scopes. Great detail in the manuals. Tells you how to sort of basically use your scope. I must have a read of this actually. Anyway, moving on. And then you've got, like I said, it tells you all the bits and pieces you've got on the scope, like reticle focus, obviously your windage and elevation, turret elevation, all the stuff you need to sort of know. Parallax, this is side parallax, by the way. Very sort of easy to adjust, very smooth as well. You know, you can sort of feel the quality in these scopes. I think these ones run about, the PST Viper, I think these run in about 750 here in the UK. So sort of well priced. And what I do like about this is a great thing with this Viper scope, and I think I need this option on all my scopes, is where the it's called a customizable rotation stop, or CRS. And basically you get some shims which let's get them out of the box. They're there basically, see them shims, and what you do pretty much, you install these shims. I don't know if there's a diagram actually, no there isn't. You install the shims, and basically what it'll do is, when you turn your scope back to its original 0, it will stop, so you can't go past your 0 and sort of lose it. So say if you're shooting at, I don't know, between sort of 300, say if you've got your rifle zeroed at say 300 yards, obviously probably not 17 HMR, but say if you've got, I don't know, say your 308 or your 243, you've got that zeroed at 300 yards, right? But then you're on a range and you're going to stretch it out a little bit further, and then you're going back to 300 yards, or you don't want to mess about, you don't want to lose where you are, you don't want to lose your 0 when you sort of go back to 300 yards. I know I'm making a meal of this trying to explain it. In a nutshell, you put these shims, when you've been shooting out further than what your 0 is, just wind your turret back and it'll stop at your 0, in a nutshell. So that is pretty cool. That is a real good feature. I made a meal of that, didn't I, really? Could have just probably said that in one sentence. And then it basically tells you everything, sort of how to mount your scope. It's not supplied with scope mounts, so that's probably worth noting. So you will need to get scope mounts, so just be aware of that. At least I think so on this one. This was installed for me before I sort of got it out on loan. Actually, don't quote me on that. It may be supplied with scope mounts. I'm pretty sure Vipers aren't. Let's have a look. I'm throwing stuff everywhere. It's not marked up with, sorry, I said Vipers, Vortexes. Get mixed up now. Vipers, Vortexes. There's too many V's. I'm pretty sure you don't get the mounts with it. I'll annotate that in the video anyway. But yeah, moving along to the manual. Obviously tells you how to sort of mount it correctly for eye relief, and then bore sighting, and then that's how you install the CRS zero stop shims. That is a great option. I love that, love it. So didn't really try it, to be fair. I haven't sort of messed about with it, but that's your sort of manual for all of their scopes. And then for this actual 6-24X50, it's the EBR one reticle in quarter MOA. So one click is sort of 1/4 of an MOA. That's what I'm used to anyway. I don't know about you. I don't know. I'm an MOA fan. We'll just leave it at that. That's the actual reticle. Very clear, you know, absolute crisp reticle. As well, when you look through these scopes, I call it like the bullseye effect. It's a bit of a bullseye effect, you know. You need to look through one. I ain't even going to explain that. It's on a lot of scopes that I've got a lot of lower end scopes. What you see is what you sort of get when you look through them. It's almost like you're looking for a bullseye window, so to speak. Have a look through one, you'll know what I'm on about. And then moving along, you've got tells you all your sort of subtensions there, reticle subtensions, or mil dots, if that's what you want to call them. Some people call them mil dots. Well, these aren't. These are actual subtensions. And then you've got brief explanation of you know, sort of your MOA and stuff like that. If I've got a video on MOA, if you're sort of struggling to understand MOA, if you're new to the sport, it'll blow your mind. I'll put a link actually in this video to my MOA video. It's not the best video, it's an old one. It's all in text, but read through it. I know it's like yellow writing on sort of light background. It's not the greatest video. It is an old one, but the information's pretty cool. Have a read of it, and once you've watched, well, read it, watch it, pause it, watch it, read it, whatever, you'll really understand MOA once you've done that, if you're struggling. So, but anyway, back to this. You know, pretty much tells you everything you need to know. Really good manual, to be fair. I'm quite impressed with it. Gives you some basics, you know, like taking into account wind and this, that, and the other. But not a bad scope at all, a pretty damn excellent scope. Probably one of the best I've used in quite a while. Like I said though, I just hate doing scope reviews because, like I said, unless you can look through them, there's not a lot you can, you know, you just need to look through them. You know, do you know what I mean? I could talk for an hour about this scope, but you just need to have a look through it. And I've not got a scope cam. You know, I can't be bothered with all that sort of stuff. But it is a excellent scope. Like I said, very easy to use, so sort of crisp and easy to use. You know, how positive are those clicks, really nice. You know, you're always going to pretty much know where you are. They're well sort of clearly marked. Nice grip to them as well, so you usually use these turrets wearing gloves. The zoom, yeah, like on most scopes, is pretty sort of stiff. You know, you can get these handles now that sort of assist you, but everything else really nice. You've got your illuminated reticle there, so you can go from, it's only red on this one, so loads of different brightness settings. I mean, I've got loads of scopes that have got illuminated reticles. Do you ever use them unless you're sort of out in the field? I don't think I've ever used an illuminated reticle, sort of in anger, so to speak. To be honest, I probably forgot that it's illuminated and just sort of, you know, squinted my eyes and sort of bared with it, so to speak, but hey ho. But anyway guys, that is it. That is just a more of an out of the box look at the Vortex Viper PST. Like I said, this one is in, this one's 6-24 zoom times 50. Very, very nice scope, running about 750 here in the UK. These are just an excellent scope. Will more than happily go on a centerfire. I know this is just on a 17, probably a little overkill on a 17 maybe, don't know, but excellent scopes. I'll bring you quite a few more reviews of Vortexes. They're going to be sort of like this, tabletop, out of the box reviews. Like I said, you need to get down to your local dealer and sort of just have a look through these scopes to sort of really appreciate it. I can't really do that for you guys on camera, you know, that's something you've got to do. But anyway, that is it. That is your rack and load review. Thanks for watching. That's Rack and Load. See ya.